In today's fast-changing world, when life is difficult and unforgiving, resilience is not a luxury, it is a necessity. And that's what, in a traditional manner, I'm going to talk to you about how to build resilience. That's the topic. I'll begin with a small story, actual incident about a young army captain taking place some 20 years back in J&K. A newly married captain had reported back to the unit and he was settling into the routine with the wedding thing still lingering on in his mind. Suddenly at the midnight, he gets a call. There has been an improvised explosive device detected on a major axis. No sooner than this, he was on move with his team. They reached and with the precision of training, tried to find as to where exactly it is. Hours after hours passed, they couldn't make a headway. Fatigue crept in, but training kept him going. Mind was saying, wait for morning, but training and the responsibility was saying, the access is closed and people have expectations, I must do it. He kept pushing himself. Then suddenly a fleeting thought came about the newlywed who was there back home, probably proud of his uniform and expecting that there'll be a good news coming and he'll be back soon. Then he thought of his parents. Whole lot of things he brushed aside and again started with the same vigor. After a moment, he could find a disturbed soil. There was something hidden beneath. But no, that was a bad luck. It was a dummy. He again pushed himself. Again, the doubt was saying, wait till morning. He said, no, we got to do it because the time was precious and the pressure was building up to open the access, which was connecting route. Finally, luck favored him. He could find that. And with his precise attempt and a good training, he neutralized it, did all the formality of mopping up, came back home and reported. The newlywed was waiting at home. And she asked, tell me what happened, how it went. And he quietly smiled and said, all well. That is resilience, a quiet resilience. Resilience is never louder. It's quiet and it inspires to endure to do one's duty. And this is the quiet leadership with the excellent resilience which day in, day out, our common soldiers and officers do it. Ladies and gentlemen, with this background, now I ask you, when things don't go your way as you had thought or planned, what do? You quit, or you complain, or you rise stronger. In army, we rise stronger because we are not defined by absence of adversities, we are defined by responding it, and that's what we are trained for. A soldier very early realizes this. The actual battleground is not what is visible to everyone outside in the country. It is right here in the mind. And he starts building up training for that from day one when he reaches for the training academy. With this background, I'll now talk about what resilience exactly means, how it can be built, and how does it affect you as a common citizen, and how much you can take it from army way of life to build your resilience for day-to-day things. Resilience is not innate, it is developed. It's like any other muscle. You practice and it improves. Remember, as many other speakers were also mentioning, mind is one machine which never fatigues, never gets tired, and it's never worn out till you breathe. And that's how you can develop your resilience. In your parlance, resilience means setback in academics and then fighting it back, career disturbances, and you are again bouncing back, or emotional and personal setbacks, and still you fighting it up. This is what the resilience. So you adopt the way we do it. Now there are certain features of resilience. They are important to understand. That's how every individual can work it out. The first one is acceptance of reality. I'll share with my army experience what we have been doing it. In army, a denial for any task or a job can cost lives. So we are not trained for that. We are trained for accepting it. So the moment anything is given, whether it is as per our wish or not, it's a reality, we accept it. And then it helps us to take decision. And we take a decision and act accordingly. This is the acceptance of reality. Now, there is a psychology of resilience which is governed by a very important principle that says, accept what you can control. My corrections. Control what you can and accept what you cannot. What can you control? Your approach, your response, and your efforts. That's it. What you cannot control is others' behavior, difficulty in exams, or your professional setbacks, or professional uncertainties which are going to come to your way. So don't fight the voids. Whatever you have your strength, accept it as a strength and weakness, and never feel pity on yourself for the setbacks you've done. You got to bounce back. So resilience essentially is threefold. Accept what has come in front of you, adapt the change, and rise again, fight back, and go for your purpose. With this, the next important facet is train your mind before your body. A soldier, whenever he is asked, he never says no. For one simple reason, a no will have a lot of effect. But if he says yes, then he will have a choice or an option to take decision, how he moves ahead. So always train your mind, and that helps you taking decision in the most adverse situation. That helps you to face the uncertainties, and that helps you to positively give your response. So train your mind well. Then the question comes about the motivation versus discipline. Ladies and gentlemen, motivation is momentary, whereas discipline is permanent and consistent, and it's going to stay with you. So a burst of inspiration every now and then can motivate you to do a particular job for a particular period. But if you are disciplined, remember a soldier at 4 o'clock, every day he gets up. There is no motivation for him to do so. But his one early morning wake up at 4 o'clock has got the chain of event followed, and everything falls in system and things keep going. It will help you to get into it when you don't feel also, but the grind will take you along and you will also move with it. So motivation is momentary, remember that. Now it comes about reframing the failure. In army, failure is a not final verdict, it's a lesson. We always question why it happened and how we can improve. And accordingly, you can work for your systematic improvement. Ladies and gentlemen, you always call a failure a setback or a stone stepping for further your success. You don't take it as a setback permanently and sit down. Lastly, as an important feature is emotional regulation. Don't suppress your emotion. You manage your emotions. If I say a soldier is not feared, that won't be true. Fear is a natural phenomena which occurs to every human being. So you have to manage that. And that's what training does. And resilience is an important facet which helps you to build when you focus on these parameters. Having said and covered the classical part of the resilience, you will say, how do we do it? An inquisitive mind will have this question. I'll simply give a mantra. Make your own inner army. How? I'll cover. But before that, let me tell you something interesting of a place where resilience is not a concept, it is survival. Siachen, you must have all heard about it. Up there, the highest battlefield of the world, where the temperature goes down to minus 50 degrees, wind is fierce and biting, and chill is bone chilling. Survival is at stake. Every soldier who gets inducted there has to stay about 3 months. So a young recruit, when he came there, he saw the toughness and the hardship. He asked his superior, sir, how do you manage this tough situation? It's a very simple question, everyone says. Because for a routine daily work also, it is tremendous amount of effort with so much of dress, everything in the snow, you keep moving when everything is hostile to you. Even the weather is bad, enemy leave aside. The young major who was the company commander laughingly gave a reply, buddy, don't become Gama in the land of Lama. It's a local colloquial proverb. That implies follow the rule. Follow the set principle and follow your training. So whatever hardship you see it, take it on with step 1 to step 2, and you will soon clear with that. With this background, I was talking about mental army. Develop your own mental army. That's for everybody. Army, if it's an acronym, I'll break it up for you. ARMY. Adapt, be resilient, and be mindful, and your purpose to be set. So that is what your strength, and believe you me, you'll be commanding the biggest fleet ever if you command your own mind. That is the biggest force one can command. So have your own army made. Now the question again comes, this was still running in theory and stories. Practically tell me how to do it. I'll tell you that. Break your goals in small parts. Set your goals in small roles. If you have an exam, 1 month, plan it accordingly. Every charter, you break it in small parts. Then train your mind. Physically, you'll be fit because a physical body can only have a healthy mind where you can work it up with the resilience. And of course, when you have a clear mindset and you have your purpose set, then you can always go and achieve your aim. The new challenge for the new generation is 3. Information overload, comparison on social media, and a hurry to succeed. In this, you never be able to achieve your resilience. So what you will have to do is work on your mindfulness, prioritize and your purpose, and then you can go ahead. Before I conclude and summarize, I'll simply say, never underestimate your strength. You are more than what you can think, and you are capable for more than what others think of you. Never go by the fleeting worth of comparison out of social media. Trust yourself, trust your inner army, and you will be there successful. I'll conclude with the lines of Rashtravi Ramdhari Singh Dinkar from the iconic poetry Rashmi Rathi. मानव जब जोर लगाता है, पत्थर भी पानी हो जाता है. जब प्रबल प्रहार हो, पर्वत भी सामने झुक जाता है. It implies a strong will, a calm mind, and a resilient spirit are the 3 weapons by which you can achieve success, because resilience breaks the mediocrity and you move ahead. With this, go for it. Jai Hind.